Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the SDRs Signals channel. So, somebody who watched one of my videos had commented that they are having some trouble understanding how to tune in the amateur sideband signals that appear either on a web SDR, Kiwi SDR, or radio SDR, or what have you. So, I thought I'd do a quick tutorial video here on the differences of using a radio which has dedicated single sideband, upper sideband, lower sideband, and a radio that just has a single sideband function, but a BFO is used to tune in the signal. Also going to show on an SDR play that I have here how you can tune in the single sideband signals. So first we're looking at the Texan PL990X, which has dedicated upper lower sideband and AM mode. So I'm looking at 7140 kilohertz, which is in the 40 meter amateur band, and I do not have the sideband selected at this point, but a lot of times when you're tuning through the bands you may hear conversations that sound like this. So what you're hearing is actual AM signal, but it's in lower sideband. So rule of thumb is an amateur radio sideband, anything below 10 megahertz is in lower sideband, anything above 10 megahertz is in upper sideband. So since this is 7140 below 10 megahertz, this is going to be in lower sideband. So part of the good points of this is if you have a radio that has dedicated upper lower sideband, it usually is just a push of a button and it'll tune right in for you. There is a fine-tuning function here on this radio which allows you to tune it in further if you need to, but for now we're going to keep it here, and then we're going to choose lower sideband. And if there was a signal there at this point, it would automatically tune. So let's see if we can find one. So right there. So as you can see, lower sideband chosen, it comes right in. There's no fine tuning involved at all. If you take it back out of that lower sideband, you'll hear the Now mistakenly, a lot of people choose the wrong sideband. So if you choose the wrong sideband, here let's choose upper sideband, you won't hear anything because you're on the upper side of 7147 and they're transmitting on the lower side of 7147. So let's pause the video and I'll get the radio with the BFO and we'll take a look at that. Alright, so here we are with the Texan PL680, which has single sideband, but not a dedicated upper lower sideband button that you can push. You have to use what's known as the BFO, or fine tuning, to tune in the signal. So we're going to go to sideband. And it automatically goes to the upper sideband first. So we're going to hit sideband again and go to lower sideband, but you can still hear that it sounds like that. So not quite understandable at all. So this is where the BFO comes in. You have to basically tune it to bring in the clarity of the voice. And now you can hear it as I adjusted the BFO to bring the clarity in. And you can hear, as I tune the BFO, it goes up and down. So you can hear there's some other signals in there as well. Okay. So 7143 is a good strong signal on it, but it's still not tuned in. So we'll adjust the BFO once they start talking again.
I didn't think he was ever going to leave.
Oh, he finally talked him out of it.
You got to be nice to your former LEO guy.
That's right. That's like the idea. You got to be nice to your fireman, too.
Well, that too, even if they don't drink coffee.
Yeah,
that's right.
They don't drink coffee.
Yeah. You know, Joe, he's never selling that story.
So again, a lot of the newer portables and a lot of the newer receivers have an automatic lower sideband, upper sideband. I'm sorry, lower sideband, upper sideband button where you just push it and it tunes in. But some of the older ones have the BFOs on them, and some don't have them at all. If you have a radio that does not have sideband, you will not be able to tune it in. One note is also that utility stations such as the US Coast Guard weather forecast, aeronautical vomit stations, all those are in sideband, normally upper sideband. So if you want to tune those in, you will also need a radio with sideband, either a BFO or a dedicated, and then you can just use your fine tuning to tune it in. So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to show the SDR and how that's done. All right, so here we see the SDR I normally use, SDR Play, RSP1A. I'm using SDR console version 3.4. As you can see, there's plenty of signals on the screen here in the amateur band, the 40 millimeter amateur band. So if we switch back over here, let's go to 7100, and you'll see here in the 40 millimeter amateur band all these signals. Now, granted, if I go to AM mode and I tune into one of these, let's try this one. As you can hear, you can't understand it because it's in lower sideband. So the SDR has an automatic button here. You can just click on this, and then you adjust your frequency here just by rolling the scroll wheel.
At this point in time.
And there you go. So now you can hear it plainly. And once you get that set, if you see other signals on here, you can click on one of these.
How you doing, over?
And just click on it. As long as you're in lower sideband, it'll automatically tune it for you. Now, in comparison to this, if you go to the 20 meter amateur band, you can see there's a signal here, but I'm still in lower sideband. So if I click on this, you can't understand it because it's in lower sideband. So remember, above 10 megahertz, upper sideband. So you click on upper sideband and adjust it. Click on it. And there you go. And when you're using an SDR, whether it's web SDR or whether it's QE SDR, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. So whatever platform you're using, when you find a signal you want to hear, you click on the signal and choose upper or lower sideband, and then use your scroll wheel or however you want to do it with your keyboard and tune in on the exact signal. And that applies to all single sideband transmissions. You just click on this one. All I did was click on it. I'm already in already in upper sideband mode. Just click on it and away you go. Now, the person who watched the video specifically asked for a tutorial on how to tune in the sideband signals in the 10 meter band. But if we look, it depends on propagation. So 28,300 is where technicians can transmit. So you can see there's some spurious transmission, but that is not amateur. That's some sort of bleed over from another FM station or another strong AM station. I've already checked it, but as you can see, there's no signals here, but it'd be the same. If there was, it'd be the same. Upper sideband is your mode, and you just click on it and do a little fine tuning there with your mouse wheel, and you'll hear it. And I hope that answers the question and gives somebody insight on how to tune in those single sideband signals on the HF band. So, hey, if you ever see in a video and you want to have a further video made based on the content that I made, just suggest it, and I'll do my best to make the video quick as I can and get it uploaded for you. So, hey, if you enjoyed that video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like. Have a great day, everybody.